they're having problems doing it now because he's so unpopular. They don't want to be taken down by that.
So anyway, man, now I'm not trying to get too political here. I really am not. But I'm just trying to report the news the way it is. And it just seems to me right now. And again, the show does skew, red. We skew Trump at this point. Listen, I think the average human being that would be just try to be intellectually right down the middle. Just like, maybe sometimes you vote a Democrat, maybe sometimes you vote a Republican. I know a lot of them. Well, myself, I've voted Democrat a few times for the president. I voted for Barack Obama the first time. I didn't the second. But I usually vote red. And like, if you were just to play this, if you were just to say it like it is, Donald Trump is way over. We can use wrestling terms. Yeah. Donald Trump is way over. That bitch is over, where he's got, Lawrence Taylor, arguably one of the most influential and beloved. Now, people don't realize that he's a crackhead and is, had sex with 15-year-olds. But, listen, on the football field, he was one of the greatest linebackers of all time.
He's a Hall of Famer. We forget the other stuff.
Yeah, Hall of Famer. And from New Jersey, lives in New Jersey. And you got him and other African Americans, that are really, really, like Trump's our guy. And Joe Biden's not out and about. Like, they should be doing tit for tat. If Trump's in Jersey with 80,000 people, Biden needs to be in, California with, a smattering of people at his convention. He's pretty much just kind of already given up when it comes to out touching and shaking hands and doing rallies. Like, you don't see Joe Biden doing rallies.
It's funny because Trump's in trial 4 days a week, and he's still doing 10 times more than Biden's doing.
Here we go. This is the New Jersey deal with Lawrence Taylor, and then Ice Cube. Trump has right now, man, the African American it factor. He really does. He's got movers and shakers in the African pop culture community.
He's always been a huge figure in hip hop culture.
Yeah, I think he's got more support than he's ever had. I do.
I just want to say,
by the way, this is Lawrence Taylor.
I grew up a Democrat, and I've always been a Democrat until I met this man right here. I'll tell you what.
Now, has anybody got a bump?
He will not have to worry about nobody.
Did you guys ever see the documentary on him where he literally would show up?
Oh, yeah.
He would be in his car doing rails of cocaine, or even do cocaine in the locker room, and then go out and just, be a monster. Or he just mispractice. Be like, hey, where's Lawrence? I don't know, man. I just hope he shows up for the game Sunday.
It's in a K-hole somewhere.
And he was in he'd be in a K-hole with some whore. But he'd get to the game like 55 minutes before kickoff, and they'd, whatever. Lawrence, there's the field.
Yep, there we go.
Nobody in my family ever vote for a Democrat again.
Man, he's still hanging on to that lightning bolt of an earring, is he not? I think even I think the only two really, really, really influential people that are holding on to earrings, and Michael Jordan is still holding on to that earring too.
He sure is.
Yeah, but he can pull it off.
I'm not
Fishburne too.
I'm not saying he can't pull it off. I think he pulls it off better than Lawrence does.
Morgan Freeman.
And there was New York Giants.
Talk about lip injections.
Jesus.
Back it off a notch, bitch. Whoa.
You know who that other guy was
lipping
up
me
there
out.
with him? It looked like Todd Bowles.
Was it Todd Bowles?
No.
Oh.
But I don't know. I didn't know who it was. I didn't know if we know.
It's like Warren Sapp's
I think he was another
autistic brother.
He was another Giants player.
Will not have to worry about nobody in my family ever vote for a Democrat again.
That's right.
And there was New York Giants legendary and Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Holy lips running wild.
It was Otis Anderson.
That's right.
There you go.
No other African American that's cool is going to vote for anybody else but me. You heard it from Lawrence Taylor.
Famer Lawrence Taylor endorsing President Trump during his massive New Jersey rally over the weekend.
Now, see, the only thing that I'm saying is, like, Biden should be out there doing this too? I mean, like, or are they afraid that he's not going to be able to garner the crowd numbers that Trump does? So it's better just to keep him off the public grid right now, because if we do something of that scale, it's going to look stupid. So we look less stupid if we just don't do it.
I think it's a combination of three things, Bubba. Number one is they think they have enough support from the mainstream media that they don't have to, like they didn't have to 4 years ago. Secondly, I think there's also a very high chance that they won't have the same kind of draw and showing up of people that Trump has been able to garner. There's no way he's going to get 50 to 70,000 people
so that
anywhere.
Makes you look stupid.
So it's going to make him look stupid. And then the third thing is there's zero chance that Joe Biden can stand up in front of a crowd outside and talk for 90 minutes. He just can't.
And you don't really I don't really know how many people at this point, like, whether it's celebrities, musicians, whatever, that would go up and, do the heavy lifting for Joe Biden at a rally. Like you could have Joe Biden there, but you could have some sort of energetic celebrity or whatever that could be trying to drive it home. But I don't even see that happening anywhere.
I mean, I'm trying this off the top of my head. It can, like what Seth's saying, and that's just like off the top of my head. I'm trying to think of like maybe perhaps the one really, really pop culturally important or popular person that would speak at a Biden rally. I'm trying to think of that guy. I'm trying to think of, would it be Wesley Snipes? Would it be traditionally the media and
celebrities
and Hollywood
celebrities,
go liberal,
right? They're having problems doing it now because he's so unpopular. They don't want to be taken down by that.
So what I'm thinking is, I wonder who. There's got to be somebody, just like Trump has a handful of a ton. It's almost cool now to be a celebrity and not even worry about political affiliation, but jump on the Trump train right now, because that's just what he's they've made him a martyr. They're screwing with him. The other guy's a buffoon. And so, but I'm trying to think of like who would come out and endorse Biden. Is
Ben Affleck?
Okay. Ben Affleck. I mean, we don't know that to be true.
But I mean, I feel like 4 years ago, and maybe it's getting closer, but I feel like, when Jimmy Buffett was alive, I feel like they were out there playing shows and getting people registered to vote.
Yeah, the first time Biden ran, he did have quite a bit of
because everybody wanted
stars.
Trump out, so
right.
everybody came to kind of rally. And now I don't know, like I said, I don't know much about politics outside of just what we talk about on the show, but it just doesn't seem like anybody's really rallying behind Joe Biden at all.
Including his own people.
Right.
Like, including the people that handle him. Like, I'm thinking, like, I'm not trying to think one way or the other. I'm trying to say, hey, Joe Biden people, you need to get your guy out. You need to figure something out here, because Trump is kicking your ass organically and grassroots wise, and that's what wins elections. Getting influential, celebrities and influential, influencers, just for that matter. Just getting influencers, to come. I mean, Lawrence Taylor in New Jersey saying this for Donald Trump is huge. Especially when you have an African-American man that opens up the rally by saying he's always voted Democrat. Perfect. Couldn't have scripted it any better. Then goes and says, until I met this man. Perfect. Can't script it any better. And then he goes on and takes it a step further and says, nobody in my family is ever going to vote Democrat again for this guy.
It looks like
I wonder if Trump's flipping a few Huns here for this deal. I mean, this is a really big put-over by a very influential African-American man.
According to Newsweek, it looks like Biden has John Legend.
Okay.
Lady Gaga.
Okay.
And Seth MacFarlane.
There you go. That's who he's got.
Woo!
Giants running back.
I'm sorry. Can you do that one more time for the? Can you do that one more time for the star factor? I mean, this is a big star factor.
John Legend, Lady Gaga, and Seth MacFarlane.
And just in this story, I got Lawrence Taylor, I got Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg, and 50 Cent, all for Trump. And they got who? Lady Gaga,
And John Legend. And Seth MacFarlane.
And Michael Rappaport jumped ship also.
Okay, perfect. Which even shows you how
I know.
Irrelevant.
how desperate they are.
Yes.
Joe, what? Hey, we got Michael Rappaport's endorsement. He flipped. Oh my God, that's great.
No, he flipped the other way.
No,
Bubba.
yeah, he's done with Biden.
They lost Michael Rappaport.
Well, let me tell you something. Somebody tell Michael Rappaport that I'm not going to even mention the fact that he likes me. He's a very much an asshole. I will not have him. I need other people besides him.
I mean, he called it just dawned me, but he called Donald Trump pig dick for 4 years, and now he's
I don't think he's that really significant of a person.
He's got a good following online.
He's been getting out there with the whole the war, Israel war.
Hoping to gain ground with black voters. Rapper Lil Wayne praising Trump's work on criminal.
I mean, hold on. You got Lawrence Taylor. You got another famous giant. You got Lil Wayne. You got Snoop Dogg. You got 50 Cent. And then you got Ice Cube. And the Ice Cube is actually going to be, he's going to be on camera here in a minute. I mean, come on now. You're set. Lil Wayne.
You see the reason for Lil Wayne? Because of his work on jail reform and getting African Americans that were over prosecuted and over sentenced out of jail.
Criminal reform. Well, rapper Snoop Dogg said earlier this year he has, quote, nothing but love and respect for
Yeah, man, I ain't got nothing but love and respect for him. I got some guy rolling my blunts up right now. First one legalized weed worldwide. That's what I'm going for, yeah.
Trump. Rapper 50 Cent also suggesting Trump is maybe the answer after seeing New York City give prepaid credit cards to illegal migrants. Joining me now with some big news of his own is the founder of Big Three.
That's my boy, Ice Cube.
And actor Ice Cube. Also joining us is Big Three president and co-founder Jeff Quantinet.
By the way, Big Three is a 3-on-3 tournament. That's the sanctioning body, and Ice Cube started it along with this guy.
Didn't he offer Caitlin Clark a big chunk of money to play a couple games?
$6 million to play like 5 games.
That'd be awesome.
Great to see you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Jeff Quantinet, it's always a pleasure and an honor to see you. Cube, I want to kick.
Man, she's horrible as a guest host.
Yeah.
She sounds kind of zookeeperish, does
No
she
way,
not?
she just called him Cube. Like, that was so smooth.
Things off with this historic Big Three news. But first, what did you make of this support for Trump over the weekend? And do you feel a shift going on in the African-American community? Celebrities and rappers turning their attention to Donald Trump.
I don't know. I've been so engulfed in the Big Three, and so I just got off tour in Canada, so I'm a little out the loop. People gonna make a decision on who they want to be president. I think it's a personal decision. I don't know if they care if many rappers or entertainers get up there. And
Hey, Fox, way to completely clickbait. Like the way I thought this was going to go is that Ice Cube was going to be as over the top as Lawrence Taylor was going to be. That's at least how they postured it.
Built up the story with Lawrence Taylor.
And Ice Cube's basically, man, I'm down the road because whatever's good for you is good for me. Like he's not really definitively throwing his support to Trump at all.
Say anything.
Fox is so stupid.
It's really a personal decision. People know who Trump is. People know who Biden is. They're going to make their decision no matter who gets up there.
And I would think if you're Ice Cube, I see how much he's worth, that you'd have like your backdrop, which looks like it's somewhat studio-like where they may mix stuff up and stuff. 160 million.
Yep.
That you'd have this looks like, horrible behind him, right? Like it's some kind of garage sale kind of deal.
It could be the 12th room in a 15-bedroom mansion.
I know, maybe. But maybe if you got that many, then at least make that 12th room the way Alex Stein does, where there's you got a constant set with a fireplace behind you, or some black guys playing basketball or something.
You don't think Ice Cube has it figured out?
I don't know. Right now, he says, I'm not throwing my support to Trump, which completely goes against what Fox is using for clickbait.
And pushes whatever agenda they're on. So it's really, the country knows both of these guys very well. So I just think it's going to just come down to a personal decision.
Jeff, any thoughts in your travels in terms of the community, the rapper community, supporting Trump?
This is pathetic. Mm-hmm. Pathetic reporting.
The rapper community.
Pathetic writing. 2 pathetic guests. You opened up strong. with Lawrence Taylor, I would have left it with that in the little Snoop report. I think this is like, what significance are these two offering?
I haven't learned anything.
What you're trying to promote? You're promoting. Donald Trump is getting a lot of influential African Americans to support him, and so everything that you've given up to this point has validated that, and these two nothing burgers are not valid, are really not driving that final nail in the coffin home as to African Americans that are supporting Donald Trump. Right? This is a push at best with these two local yokels.
Yep.
Look, I think that people have realized that neither party really speaks for minorities. Maybe for the black audience, and it comes down.
By the way, the whitest dude you can find is trying to tell you what president's going to be best for the minorities.
To who they think will really help them on the issues that they care about, and I think it's.
You know what? Get Shaq on there. I want. You know what? There's only two African Americans that I want to know their opinion on the president: Shaq and Barkley.
I was going to say Barkley, yeah.
Barkley and Shaq, because they represent the average man out there. They just say it like it is. They don't. I mean, they're multimillionaires, but they also aren't afraid to. They don't go with the grain. They're not afraid to be on the not so popular side of things. Now Shaq has somewhat pop cultured himself up a little bit and is a little less true to the game, just because now he's like, I think he owns Papa John's, or I forget what pizza.
Yeah, he has a steak in Papa John's.
And Blink or Ring, like the things that, let me look up the things that Shaquille O'Neal owns. You wouldn't believe the things that he owns.
It's underestimated how much people care about the economy. I mean, we all know people care about the economy and immigration, but I think people think the black community and the minority community is monolithic. They don't realize that people have a lot of different opinions.
Yeah. No, it's a great point.
Brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant.
It's not monolithic, obviously.
I don't think Fox could have picked a worse reporter.
But let's get to your big news. A historic announcement for the Big Three League. You're selling your first franchise to DCB Sports in a $10 million deal. The team will play in the Los Angeles area. Q, why this group? Tell me what the plans are for Big Three.
Now, does Big Three have anybody that has any franchises, or have they just owned it all and they go to certain cities and that cities play? There'll be 100 teams from that city. Now are they going to try to make it an actual sanctioned league where there's a recognized team from Houston, there's a recognized three-guy team from DC, there's a recognized team from Indy? Are they going to try to do that? That's what I'm thinking. They're going to try to sell franchising fees.
That's what it's looking like,
right?
So does that mean they're going to try to have full size games where you're playing for 90 minutes, 3-on-3?
Yeah, I think so.
In stadiums?
I would think probably starting off first in maybe high school gymnasiums. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe going to intermediate, smaller colleges.
No, the one they did here in Tampa was
going to be on the street.
It was at the Yingling Center.
Was it inside or out?
Inside.
All right. So again, Dan, they're going to do it in intermediate college arenas.
Yeah.
College arenas that fit between $7,500 and $10,000, not like Amalie Arena that's what is that, $21,000 for a basketball game? I think something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. And so they're going to try to they're going to try to sell. They're going to try to go into each big town and find some investors to put up $10 million to own. That's just to be the owner of the franchise. Now I got to think that you're going to have to pay these players, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're getting away from the touring method and are going toward the city-based format, like you're saying.
So like
traveling and.
Yeah,
your team's in Tampa.
I got to think
Georgia.
that. But here's the deal: to have a 3-on-3 team, I think you only need about 6 guys.
It's about that, yeah.
Right, you can fly in a small plane.
Everybody's got a back. Everybody's got a back. You just 2 centers, 2 forwards, and 2 guards. Right, Lummy? That's all you need.
Nothing, yeah.
6 guys, trainer and a coach, maybe one other dude.
Yeah, they're trying to get to 16 teams.
Wow.
Well, this group is a great group of different individuals coming together and
All right. Thanks, Ice Cube, for clickbaiting me, saying that I thought you were going to like Donald Trump and trying to sell me a 3-on-3 basketball league.
Well, they probably wanted to get on to talk about the big three, and they said, well, we got to talk to you about Trump first.
Right.
So
we got other influential African Americans that are really throwing in the Trump in towel. So let's go ahead and clickbait with that, and then we'll take you through the break, and you guys can talk about your stupid 3-on-3 league that nobody really cares about. I mean, for real. They're gonna get guys that are either transitioning to the NBA or transitioning out of the NBA.
Exactly. Yep.
Guys that were not taken in the draft because the NBA only has 2 rounds. I only have nobody interrupt me because I only have 11 seconds. Guys that were just almost good enough in college but didn't get drafted, or old timers that are leaving the league. It's officially exactly 8:20, Lummy.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
We were drunker than Nick Hogan's wife when we put this thing together. BubbaArmyHQ.com. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.